Then I opened up the club and gave them somewhere to DJ. A lot of the big DJs, you know, out here now, their first club they performed in, major club, was my club. You know what I mean? So, you know, just make sure everybody eat. That's what it was about. That's why even though I was on 8th Avenue getting money, I went uptown, made sure, you know, Ruben and Pinky and Carlito and, you know, the rest of them. I know y'all know these names I'm saying, you know.
Of course.
Make sure everybody eat, you know what I'm saying? I might go mess with Wilson over there on 144, 141st, you know, and, you know, get the little burnout phone or send some money to Jamaica or Dominican Republic, you know, Western Union. And I used to go to Merengue Parade every year, you know, in DR with my man Felipe. And, you know, I mean, I was outside, you know what I mean? And I wasn't limited to Harlem or limited to Washington Heights, or I wasn't limited to nowhere.
Now I want to talk about something important that me and Ike always talk about, me and Ramona always talk about, that I think people don't understand. Now, what I imagine is, and I want to know if that's the case, is that before, because this was like the case even for me before the internet, so I could imagine in your era, before the internet, the networking, the biggest networking happened at the clubs and at the spots.
Exactly.
So I could imagine that when you created Mecca Audio and you became the hub for that, your network expanded drastically, because that was the internet. That was how you expand.
And see, you could tell you intelligent because a lot of people don't know to use that terminology. Just use the hub, you know? Because the hub, so they understand to break it down. The hub is like you got a wheel, and then you got the hub in the middle, and all the spokes come off the wheel. You know what I mean? This was me. I was the hub. You understand? And the whole city and the East Coast was the spokes that made my wheel roll. You know what I mean? And I rode to every city and every state and
absolutely
just made sure, you know, everybody ate wherever I went. And, you know, people bug out because I go to D.C. and get love just
100.
like I do in New York. I go to Virginia and get love like I'm in
100.
New York. I go to Baltimore and get love like. But, you know, we hustled in these places and made sure that the homies ate that was from down there. I didn't go down to none of these places with a big crew and try and fight the crew that was down there to go down there. Bottom line is you go down there and you find the hungriest mothers that trying to get that bag, and you know,
get that
you
bag
put
with
him
him
down to make sure he eat, and he gonna bring in other hungry dudes, and you pick and choose who you want on your team, and you keep it moving from there, you know.
And I can imagine that also when all those people from all those places came to New York, and you pulled out the red carpet for them and showed them that love, and in a place like New York in the 80s and the 90s,
oh, yeah.
that must have meant the world to them, because, you know, when you know, at that time, you had to be, you know, connected or felt comfortable to come to a place like your establishment and be like, yo, I'm good, even though if I'm from out of town, because I'm unique.
Now, see, you really know your history, you know, just from the way you articulating your words. Because it's not just people come from out of town. I got people right here in the city, in Washington Heights, Harlem, the Bronx. When I roll through these places and they get close to me and see me, they got so many good memories of how I rolled out the red carpet for them. 'Cause I didn't care how big your bag was. My bag was nowhere near touching. They couldn't touch my bag. But I didn't live like that. I lived like we was all equal. You understand? I sat on I got a lady, used to be up in the Heights. I ain't even gonna say what block, but she was pregnant and she was strung out on crack. So she used to had a baby, you know, had baby every year, and she used to come to me and ask me, you know, for $2. You know, everybody asks for $2. You the drug dealer, ask me for $2. You know what I mean? And she was pregnant. I'd be like, nah, you know what I mean? But what do you want it for? Nah, I'm hungry. I got to feed the baby. You know what I mean? So I'll walk her to the Chinese store. Leave my $100,000 car there, walk 3 blocks to the Chinese store, my jewels on, my 9mm on me, go get the Chinese food, and then we'll go sit down on the curb and eat the Chinese food, me and a crackhead while I'm sitting here a millionaire. And that's why they love me. And I ran into that lady the other day, you know what I mean? Gave me the biggest hug ever, you know? And, you know, named her son that she was pregnant with after me.
That's insane.